What's going on, everyone? This is Eric, and we're going to be going over the tournament from Spooky Nook this past weekend, going through the statistics, the analysis, and also going over how we're doing for the season. We're going to review the different metrics we're looking to accomplish and things like that. This is a very set time in the AAU season because you have the end of the first live period, and it's very little as far as playing goes between now and July. I think you might have one more tournament um, in in June. If you're not playing this weekend, I don't think you are, but it's possible. Um, you might be playing one more tournament in June, and then the July live period. So you get a chance to kind of pause and see what are those next changes you can make, both individually and as a team between now and then. Um, So we're going to get right into it. We're going to go. We're going to try to go in order here. And first of all, this first game between Crown and Total Skills. So I have to spend a little bit of time on this if you guys didn't already hear. So when I got the result of this game, and I saw that you guys lost 39 to 27, I was going to comment that it's probably the worst offensive performance by two teams I've seen in the history of Crown or even my old teams. It just doesn't happen. And first, I double checked to see if the score was correct, and I went and I did see. I looked at the footage just for like 5 seconds just to see the end scoreboard, and it looked like that was the actual score. I'm like, oh, great! Can't wait to analyze this game. It's going to be just so brutal. And then when I downloaded the footage, I noticed there was only 30 minutes of actual time footage. You get the game footage, only time footage out there. I mean, the whole video was 30 minutes in a game that's supposed to be 16-minute halves both ways, and that's not even counting time stoppages and thing like that. So spent hours trying to figure out where the lost footage was or whatever it is, and then unfortunately, and I only report the truth. The reality is just worse. The timekeeper actually stole like 10 minutes from the game. Uh, I posted another video, which you can find pretty easily on the channel that details that. Just you live to see everything in coaching, you think, and then you see something you've never seen before. I have no comment on that. I mean, I have plenty of comments on it, but that's what happened. You guys got to play a 10-minute, no, yeah, a 10-minute first half and a 12-minute second half. That's what you guys had a chance to do through no fault of your own, through the fault of literally of a rogue timekeeper that obviously had some place to be. Just amazing, honestly. Nonetheless, we are going to look at it from a statistical perspective. So, what do you guys need? So, I mentioned that you guys need to have either somewhere between a 45 and 50% effective field goal percentage. If you can get 50, that'd be great. So, we're going to hold you to that. And yeah, it looks like we're pretty close. 48% effective field goal percentage. So that's usually good enough to be competitive. Um, and your offensive rebound percentage at 31% is certainly good enough to be competitive. We want that at 30. But this number here is a horror show. Okay. The turnover rate, we really can't have you above 20. And here you're at 28%. That's just stinks. Okay. That's the highly analytical term, by the way. Um, you give up the ball that many times, you just don't get as many shots as the other team, and that's where the problems lie. So this was the issue: was turnovers. We'll get into the individual to see who was responsible for most of those, but nonetheless, this is what it was. Let's take a look at the shot chart, though. So the shot chart, again, we only have 30 shots taken because of the time thief, and you guys are actually not too bad with this. I mean, you had 3 bad 2s. That's it out of 29. So it's right within the range of where I want, about 10%. So overall, not bad. Take a look at the box score from this game. Again, not too many samples, but hey, look at Nick. You didn't miss a shot. 1 for 1 from 3, 3 for 3 from 2. It looks like Jake and Kyle were 0 for. So I mean, you didn't make too many, you didn't miss too many. Overall, just a reasonable game that was cut short. Uh, Pavlo's 3 turnovers, that's not great. Uh, Kyle, 3 turnovers, that's not great. If you played a full game, it probably would have been 4 or 5. Nonetheless, the game was a complete shit show from an administrative perspective. The other thing I would mention is that I was unaware that uh, uh, now I forget his name. Anyway, was on the team that he got moved to this team, at least for this tournament. So we have him. We have him at just as number 42 at unknown athlete. So all stats from at least from this tournament are going to be assigned to him. Um, we'll see what happens in future tournaments. So we'll see how it is. Pinata. So. Okay. So anyway, he had a good game, 4 of 7 from the field. Had some rebounds, no turnovers, which is obviously really big. And that's pretty much it. If you care to watch the video of this, of what I was talking about, feel free. It's on this channel. Nonetheless, moving on. Next game. No particular order, I guess. So let's look at the caveman one first. Is that the next one in order? So it says you guys won this 46-44. Is that accurate? Let me just see this. We actually I had it 49-43. So either way, let's look at the stats here versus caveman. This was one of 2 extraordinarily good games you guys had as far as efficiency goes. And this really, really makes me feel good. 59% effective field goal percentage. I got to tell you, you're not losing anybody with this unless you put this 29% turnover rate up there. I mean, you guys had a legitimate chance to lose this game despite having a 59% effective field goal percentage because of these 29% turnover rates. So this has got to be addressed like fast, especially if you're not going to get any rebounds, like 12% offensive rebound percentage. So yeah, let's take a look at the shot chart against Caveman. And this was excellent. You guys are usually very good with this. So only 2 bad 2s out of 33 shots, which is really, really good. Box score versus Caveman. Let's see. Very nice shooting. Nick, 3 for 4 from 3. Kyle, doing a little bit better. Kenyatta, decent enough game. Pavlos, 7 turnovers. All right, sir. You're going to have to look at those. I apologize, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, here we go, guys. Oop. Here are Pavlos has 7 turnovers. Everybody, listen, everybody gets called out. Literally everybody. Yep, that is indeed a travel, by the way. Okay. Whoa. Where'd that go? Whoa. So again, we have to think about whether any of these are actual. Are these deficiencies in skill or deficiencies in focus? That's for the coaches to decide, I guess, but players to decide too. Because I'll tell you this: while it's not easy to focus, I think that it's easier to commit to that than to like make incredible skill jumps on the fly. So yeah, that's not going to work, Pavlos. 7 turnovers. That's pretty. It's a big number. All right, let's look at the next game, which was against. Was it Syracuse? Was the next one? Oh no, this was the Jersey. This was the Jersey Elite game. All right, let's pull that one up. So this was the dramatic finish. May as well take a look at it, but let's first look at the statistics. Jersey Elite, 48% effective field goal percentage, which is perfectly fine. Again, the 24% turnover rate. I wish we could get rid of this. Your life would be just so much easier without these turnovers. Look at the shot chart, and then we'll look at the finish. Why not? Shot chart, 3 bad twos out of 36. Very, very good. We'll look at the individuals here. Box score versus Jersey Elite. And Nick, another big game, including the game winner, which we'll get to. 4 for 7 from 3. Jake, 2 for 3 from 3. Very good. What else do we have here? Kenyatta, not quite as big of a presence in this game. Christian could have used a little more offense, perhaps, but he didn't turn the ball over. That's good. Kyle and Jordan with the turnovers, but hey, you may as well. You want to check this out? Let's pull this out of here. Let's want to look at the whole end of the game, maybe not the whole end of the game, but it was wild. So let's get all the way at least to the end here. Okay, so that was actually the big play. Let's go back to this. So you guys were down. Well, I don't want to get to all of it, but you guys were down 2 or something like that. Was that it? Previous? No, where's previous? Backwards. So already 2.8 seconds to go. So hold on. Yeah. So this was the big play. It was 3.1 seconds to go, and you were down, I think, 2. And you call the timeout. It's a very great pick here. I mean, this is really excellent. Okay, that was the key to this sort of. And he still got held up, but he caught the ball somehow and got the timeout with only 0.3 coming off the clock. And then we called something, and obviously didn't work. But we have all kinds of variants here in our disposal. Ready? Okay, here we go. So we have this screen that we want to get this lob over here, or maybe perhaps down to Jordan for the tie. I think that's what we're trying to go for here, right? So we're really just trying to get the ball down to Jordan here. We have screens. So we have a flare coming over here, or we have Jordan down over here, right? So it gets to here, and then Nick gets open in the corner, and then we can watch. Completely contested, but who cares? I mean, you get any kind of shot off, we're a genius. And boom! Dun, 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 dun. And they all come and mob him in the corner. Love it. Love it. Okay. Excellent job. Now, that was an excellent job, but let's get to the real sick game that you guys had. Okay. Reports. Let's look at the Syracuse game. So I'm going to have to confirm this. There have been I'm going to come out and say that this was the highest effective field goal percentage of any team of any age group since I've been tracking Crown statistics for 3 years. It is what it is. I'll have to go back and check if I feel like it, but 76% of effective field goal percentage, I doubt anybody's ever gotten even close to that. Okay, so awesome. 22% turnover rate. Again, love to have that down. The offensive rebound percentage, good enough, but this number is just elite, to say the least. Let's take a look at the shot chart just for the hell of it. It doesn't matter because whatever you guys took that you made, I guess. Let's just see what this looks like, just for the hell of it. But still, you only took 3 bad twos out of 40. Okay, so this is just excellent work by you guys. All right, and let's take a look at the box score for this game? That would be right here. I presume everybody made everything. I mean, this is one of those games, right? Christian, 3 of 3 from 3. I mean, just across the board. There's literally nothing bad to say. Everybody contributed. Everybody was awesome. So I'm not even going to bother you with the turnovers here. Christian, should I give you Reef over 3 turnovers? Not today. But you can click through it if you want. Everybody played. Just wonderful day on the basketball court. I mean, honestly, what else can I say about this? Awesome. So for the season, as we get into this area where you're going to be really competing in July, how are you guys going to do against the better teams in July? I don't know. I really don't know the answer. I'll tell you this: Kenyatta's going to help if he plays with you guys, but we'll see if we need him. Nonetheless, let's look at stats for the whole season. Let's see what we're doing here. 19 games. 49% effective field goal percentage, right on the cusp. Right there. Just need a little bump. Turnover rate a little high, but not that high. Offensive rebound percentage a little low, but not that low. I mean, you're literally right there. You're going to be playing, and you can consider this good or bad, but you're going to be playing some very close games in these tournaments. You know what? Wouldn't have it any other way. That's just awesome stuff. So you want to win. You know what I mean? You want to play meaningful games on Sunday, as they like to say, in the AAU streets. Get the turnover rate down a little bit. Get the field goal percentage a little bit. You'll be a little stingier with your shot selection. Okay. As far as individuals, again, what we're looking for from an individual perspective is for you to be able to either shoot 50% from 2 or 33% from 3. So may as well just take a look at that. Jordan, Nick, Kyle, all 3 of you are above that 50% threshold. As far as 3-pointers, who's above 33? Christian, very, very nice percentage here, 42%. Pavlos, 38. Very good, actually. Nick, 35, just where you want to be. Kyle. So you guys are in business. And once, Jake, you start making something, which I know you can do, I mean, you guys are really, I think you guys can compete for this. Okay? All right, so that is going to do it. Good luck, everybody. Well, I'm sure I'll see you at practice at some point, and that's it.